This week we're going to highlight a weather market that is currently taking place in Brazil, highlighting the short-term weather forecast for that country. We're also going to take a look at some modest improvement in export demand for U.S. soybeans and wrap things up with a look at long-term trends in November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved into the last few days in November, and we're in the midst of a weather market here, specifically looking at some ongoing weather concerns in Brazil. Let's get right to it and look at where those beans are produced in Brazil. We've looked at this slide before, but you can see the divergence all the way across in the north. The top producing state is Mato Grosso. Some of those states, Goiás, Bahia, Minas Gerais. In the south, Paraná, Rio Grande do Sul, and Mato Grosso do Sul. And as we go forward today, you're going to see divergence in the weather patterns that's emerged the last several weeks. Speaking of weather, let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-storm weather. We'll start out here looking at the last 30 days. It's more of a proxy for subsoil moisture. Look at that divergence. In the south, that heavier green area, that has been very wet, and it's been a challenge to plant some of those beans. Beans have been delayed by wetter than normal conditions. As we move further north, however, notice it's been quite dry, particularly in Mato Grosso. Some of those beans have been delayed or were delayed earlier this month because of dry conditions. They were waiting for rain. But overall, we've got quite a divergence. And somewhere in the middle there, it's closer to normal. Now let's move forward and look at this critical short-term forecast. We're looking at through Saturday of this week, mostly dry conditions in the northern states of Mato Grosso, Goiás, Bahia. As we move south, however, there is some rain moving in there through Paraná, Rio Grande do Sul. Some thunderstorms through Saturday. Now let's stretch the forecast into Sunday through next week, December 3rd through the 11th. Now we're looking at some heavier rain, 1.75 to 3.5 inches of rain across some of those green areas. Again, this is critical because as you enter the month of December here, we're going to be looking at quite a few of those beans in the north in that pod set and pod fill stage. Not so much in the south, but this is what's got the market on edge. Some forecasts are looking at drier conditions. Some forecasts are looking at wetter conditions. Let's look at the next 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks on average, you can see in the north, it's still a bit dry. But as you move further south, it's a bit wetter than normal. So again, the weather market, we strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement rather than predict price movement during this time period. Let's shift gears now and take a look at export demand for U.S. beans. Let's take a look at our unshipped sales chart. We've seen a modest improvement in demand for U.S. beans here recently. You can see that now that China has 191 million bushels of unshipped sales. That's below the last 3 years, but it's definitely improving quite a bit. As a result, we've highlighted here that due to the uptick in activity, including more bean sales to China, ATI Research has increased its annual export forecast to 1.77 billion bushels. That's slightly above where the USDA is at the moment. So this is something we'll also be monitoring closely in the weeks ahead. Let's wrap things up this week looking at long-term trends in November soybean futures. Now November beans here, the harvest price, of course, November futures have expired for 2023. That harvest price was $12.84 a bushel. Now we're looking at November of 2024 trading as we tape here on Tuesday near $12.90 a bushel. So you look at historically, that's still an attractive price. Maybe not quite as high as what it was last year at this time, but still a price to look closely at. And we strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor on 2024 marketing plans. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.